Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today it is the weekend, so there's really not much to talk about, but I'm going to give you guys my opinion on margin and why I think margin is actually a very good thing, especially now. Because you know what? Robinhood is giving you that freaking 2.5% interest rate, very, very low. Before they were giving you 5% and they cut it in half. So why not use margin, right? When margin is basically your best friend, as long as you use it responsibly. And that's exactly what I'm doing with my portfolio. If you look at my little graph, my little chart right here, I have $34,000 in equity, which is mine, plus about $13,000 in margin used. All right. So I believe using margin is one of the best ways to increase your portfolio value dramatically over time because if you can get more than 2.5% on the money that you're borrowing, you're basically making free money after that. So right now, with the money that I'm making, that's why my portfolio is going up so much. If I was just using the 34,000, I wouldn't be making as much money as I was making in the past 3 months or the past month, right? And in the past year, we're finally in the green, and all time we're up 100+%. It wouldn't be very much possible if I was just using the initial amount of money that I used, but with the margin, I'm able to have more buying power, which is able to increases my gains dramatically. And the only thing I would be giving back is a 2.5% interest rate, which is I'm basically beating it just in the past month. I'm beating that 2.5% for the year. And the only bad thing about margin is if there is a market crash, which happened back then, this is what happened. This is my portfolio, right? This is why my portfolio isn't as high or even higher than it could have been in this year because of what happened. It's because I was using all the margin that I could possibly use. I was using it. So I was at 40,000 and I basically was using all 40,000 in margin. So my portfolio value or my market value, my total market value was over 80,000, right? And once you're using all your margin, then a margin call will start appear, right? And if you look right here, it shows you kind of like the limits of everything. My margin maintenance is at 20,000, right? So if my portfolio goes down to 20,000, then I might get on a margin call. And if I don't put in money into my portfolio, then Robinhood would start selling my stocks so they can cover the margin that I've borrowed because they don't want to lose their money. That's just how life is. And what happened is I would just kept holding and holding, and I lost all the gains I had because of the margin call. And I started selling. They were making me sell stocks at a loss because of what happened last year. Everything was basically crashed. And that's why you see my portfolio go down so freaking fast because of the margin call. Margin goes both ways, right? If you are making lots of money, then the margin's going to help that amplify that. But if you start losing more money, same thing. Margin will amplify that, and you'll start losing more money because of the margin. So you have to be careful. You gotta have how much margin you're gonna use. You have to be ready for it. So for me, what I'm comfortable with is under 30%. So I'm really trying to get my margin under 30%. So I would love to pay off about $2,000 to have about 30% margin use, which would be perfect for me. That's my risk tolerance. So if the market crashes, it would take a lot for my portfolio to get into a margin call. It would basically mean that almost all my stocks will have to go down 70% before I would get on margin call, which is almost impossible. And that's something that I'm okay with. That's my risk tolerance, right? If you like using a lot of margin, then be careful because one bad trade will automatically put you into a margin call. And that's what we don't want because when you're on a margin call, they will automatically sell your stocks whether you like it or not because they want to cover their money. They don't care about your portfolio. They only care about their money and how much money they're making. So this is just my experience with it. I'm just telling you guys from my experience. I'm trying to be transparent. This is what happened to me. I'm not hiding it. Where I lost basically from 40,000 to all the way down to below 15. I basically lost 60% of my portfolio in a 1 month span, and I'm slowly building myself back up. And that's just one big lesson that I learned, and I'm trying to teach you guys this. Remember, I'm a financial advisor. This is just what happened to me personally, and I wish it would never happen to any one of you guys because I know we're all trying to make it rich. We're trying to make it rich. We're trying to use the tools that are given to us, but we want to use it responsibly. We don't want to be greedy because when we're greedy, it might end up biting us in the freaking butt. All right. Anyways, hopefully you guys are doing good. Hopefully you guys are doing your research for the next week. And Keep stacking your money, keep building up your cash positions, keep selling some calls and puts to increase your cash positions just in case if the market does decide to go down, you'll be able to take advantage of the market going down and get some stocks on discount. All right, just a little quick update video for you guys. I hope you guys are doing good, and I'll see you guys in the next one.